morning, boys and girls. It's great to be here at Unley High. And I have brought a few special friends with me. Simon Crean, the Minister for Education, Penny Wong, who's the Minister for Climate Change, our candidate for this federal electorate in which you live, Annabelle de Gance, and of course I'm here with your school principal, but I can say now I'm not as scared of the school principal as I used to be when I was wearing a school uniform in this school, though I think in fact school principals aren't as scary as they used to be. So to Susan, I don't think she is as scary as school principals in the past. I of course attended this school. It's quite a long time ago when someone can say that your school career was in the 1970s. I finished here in 1978, that was my last year. And I know that this year you are celebrating your 100 years of Unley High. Not all of it where we are now, but significant parts of that 100 years here on this school campus. And I think across that 100 years, Unley High can proudly say that it has been transforming the lives of students. It transformed my life. And I can say to the student government behind me that one of my possessions still, one of my prized possessions, is the prefect's tie that I got in this school. I keep it with me, and of course we see Tom and Tina wearing it today. It was the first leadership position I ever had. And holding that leadership position here, I learnt some things about myself and I learnt some things about leadership. I learned about listening and learning from others, trying to genuinely understand what it was that others wanted and needed. I learned about teamwork because the way, of course, the prefects and the student government worked is that we all had to work together to get things done. I learned some things about hard work because it was hard work, adding that load to already studying at this school. And I learned some things about making up your mind and standing your ground and fighting for what you believe in. And I know that you see those qualities in your student leaders today. So those things I've taken with me across my adult life. And here, when I look at this school, I remember some great and happy things about my school days. I still have friends today, friends that I made in Unley High, people that I've known all of my adult life. I suspect now, when you hear about my school career, because I've become Prime Minister, perhaps there's a little bit of airbrushing that's gone on. I was a pretty good student, and I think I was a pretty well-behaved student. But the truth is, there were some days I probably could have tried harder than I did. There were some days I could have been more diligent about my homework than I was. There were some days when my teachers probably wished that I was paying more attention than I was seeming to show the class. Now, what that means for all of us is that we can always strive to do better. And I'm here in Adelaide to talk about striving to do better in every school around the country. You're in a great school with great teachers that seek to inspire you. This is a great place. And I want every school around this nation to be a great place. And just like we say to you each and every day, try and be better than you were the day before. Try harder, study harder, be better than you were 24 hours before. We urge you to do that as part of growing up and going through school. I want to urge Australian schools to do the same thing for every school, to try harder every day to be better than it was the day before. And to do that, we want to work with great schools like this one. We want to work to reward schools that improve the most. We want to work to reward the teachers who do the best. And mostly, we want to invest in you. When I look out at the students here, you've got the rest of your lives in front of you. And what that means, of course, is that in 2040, 2050, 2060, you are going to be the workforce, you are going to be the leaders of this nation. And what that means is the investment that we make in you today will be paying dividends for this nation over the next 30, 40, 50 years. That's a long time. Of course, it's your life and you'll make your choices. We obviously in this school want you to make good choices, and you learn a lot about that from your teachers. But as a nation too, we'll have a lot riding on your shoulders for our future prosperity, for the kind of country that we are. And that's why, as Prime Minister, I think there's nothing more important than investing in you and investing in your future. And that's one of the big things at the heart of this election campaign. Now, I don't know how much you're following the election campaign, maybe a little bit. But the election campaign, I hope, causes you to think, not so much about what's happening day to day in the election, some of it good, some of it interesting, maybe some of it you think's a bit boring too. But what I hope the election campaign does do is it inspires you to think about the future of this country. And I also hope that me coming here today helps reinforce in you a message that there's nothing you can't achieve in your future if you set your mind to it on the foundation stone of the great education that this school is giving you. So enjoy today at school, enjoy the rest of your school days. Thank you very much for having me here. I always feel at home at Unley High School in such a great place. Thank you very much.